Hey guys, thanks for joining me again, and I do want to encourage, because I forgot to say this last time, if you want to draw with me, whip out your sketchbook or your tablet, and you can work alongside me. I've been talking really fast because in that last video I was really energetic trying to get the sketch out. I'm young. I think it's okay for me to be energetic. I think of Bob Ross and Fred Rogers, not Fred, yeah, Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I keep thinking when I say Rogers that about Steve Rogers, but no, Fred Rogers. Soft-spoken old guys who had very pleasant shows, and I think of them as inspiration. But I'm a young guy. I don't necessarily have to be relaxed like them. If you like the energy, feel free to join in. But I do want art to be relaxing for you as it is for me. Relaxing because I can really engage in the energy level. So what I'm going to do now for this piece, for the, I don't know what to call her, Mecha Wings girl, I'm going to start on the second pass, and I told myself I'm going to do the line art in one shot. So I'm going to go to my inking brush that I made called Opus Inker, and then I'm going to start getting in there, and we're going to make it thick, but not too thick. I want to make sure my brush is all the way black, and I might color the line art later. How's this thickness? We're going to challenge myself. It is a bit more of a challenge to go a thinner inking brush, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here to make sure I get some nice clean lines and really show off my skill. I feel like one of my strongest skills is inking, which is why that last video was really challenging, because I changed my inking style. But for this one, we are going to stick to my style, just pure black ink, and really pay attention to the reference. So I'm going to make the reference a little bit less opaque and stay in my line art layer. I'm not even naming the layers because it's going to be so simple. But I like to make sure that my eraser brush and my inking brush are the same. So if I go to Opus Inker here on the eraser, just want to make sure it erases completely. Yeah, looks good. Okay, make sure I'm going all the way black. Okay, let's get in there. So my topic today that I want to talk about, well, what is that? Okay, it just starts in the middle. It's like symmetrical. Okay, so my topic today is something is working on my YouTube channel. For the longest time, if I upload a random video, it would get somewhere from 10 to 40 views on average, and I was okay with that. I was like, I can keep putting out videos experimentally to find my groove. And nowadays I found something, like at least some kind of consistency in the style of these videos. And something is working where it's breaking through some algorithms, and some of these uploads are getting like 200, 300, 400. One video actually got 700 views. And in the past, when I was doing tutorials, I could get 100,000 views, but it was like a really niche tutorial, and it's like I can't do that all the time. I'm not out here to be a teacher right now. Maybe I could, but I never really know what it is that people want to teach, because I've done more educational videos, and I couldn't really match the reason that most of my followers follow me, which is from the original Krita animation tutorial videos. But instead, I've been doing commissions, and whether I'm doing commission work or I'm doing work that I can sell, I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna record all my drawing time, make a ton of videos, and then just look at each video and try to make the next one better. And I'm realizing that something here is working, not because I understand why. And in fact, I don't really want to. Well, here's the thing. I want to know why, but the YouTube algorithm I know is like really run by machine learning, and I can't even begin to fathom how it works. But the point is, without wanting to know too much and study like what's working, well, I can't study it from the perspective of an algorithm. I can only study it using my human intuition. And so what is the decision that I've been making with these videos? Well, it's that I'm going to make a ton of them. I'm going to record all my drawing time, and I'm going to make some banter about some topics, and I'm just going to pray that it works. So something is working. And if you guys like my style of videos, maybe you can tell me. You know, feedback is always good. But I can't rely on that because I don't really usually get a lot of comments on my videos. Thinking out loud now, I do think chibi faces usually don't have much of a chin. If I'm going to make a indication of any chin at all, it's going to be very slight points, very, very slight change in the angle. This is why I like my inking brush, because I can use it as an eraser for itself, and you know, try to make that line look smooth. It's nice if I can get it in one shot, one stroke, but it's difficult. I'll try. Try to clean up the line quality there. I get really crazy about how perfect I want my line art to be sometimes, to a fault, so we'll actually just try to move on, actually. So, eyelashes. Not too much there, so we're gonna go kind of minimal on the eyelashes. Something like that. Keep it minimal here. Let's actually get the eyes in there. Now for the eyes, she has a strong pupil. Something like that. Simple. Well, yeah, so if you want to give feedback on how you think these videos are going, let me know in the comments. Like, any kind of feedback. You can tell me it's bad, you can tell me it's good. Tell me what works. I don't really know. But again, I'm not going to rely on y'all, because, you know, most of you are just, you know, could be listening. You're probably not even watching the video by now. I look at the statistics, you know, and that's the other element to this. Like, if I really want to hone in on this, I got to channel, you know, some Mr. Beast and, like, really be a nerd about it, really study, like, what it is that, you know, that is drawing people in, what it is that keeps people here, you know, why is it getting more views, and really try to research that. But I don't have that kind of time. That's why I think it's better for me to trust my intuition. Because the only reason I have some freedom to make these videos at all is because these are commissions for the most part. I'm getting paid. If I'm not getting paid, you know, the only reason I would be doing this would be like to, you know, put up some work for sale while I'm in my car waiting for Uber trips. Now, I don't have Uber on right now because I want to concentrate on this. Because I know if I do this well, I can make a good amount of dollars per hour. I think the position of the pupil could be like right there. For the nose, how do we want to make a simple dot? Like, how small do we want to make the dot? I like that. That right there is fine. A small mouth. Change the angle of the mouth. I think it's fine. Let's get the lines a little bit thinner. Another thing I can do with the lines is like lower the opacity. I want to move toward that style that I see in AFK Journey with you know, less black lines. I just think it's quite appealing to look at. Now I want to make sure she has some. Now, she looks kind of spooky there because there's no highlights in her eyes. But this pose is like very lifelike. I don't know if she's like a robotic type of cyborg person, but I want this piece to feel like there's some personality there. So I will make sure there is like a highlight in the eye when I color. Let's put it right there. And when I put that highlight on the top left, that already tells me, okay, I just decided unconsciously that my light source is going to be from the top left. Okay, let's find the hair. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can get some good strokes in. Yeah, let's see. Gotta channel my Japanese anime artist where just pray for do some strokes and pray for the perfect one. I think that looks okay. I think that captures it. Now this chunk here is a little bit more thick than what the original model is, so let's thin it out a little bit while still keeping it nice and chibi. Okay. I need to fix that because I don't want my brush to have any angle dynamics whatsoever, just pressure. Okay, start finding those lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick preview here. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good. And then we'll mess with the line art after. You know what we'll do? We'll mess with line weight after. Let's just establish where the lines go. That's another part of the process I'm going to refine. Like, if I'm going to be doing line art like this, don't worry about line weight off the bat. Find the forms, and then do line weight after. Okay. And I think I need to keep it loose, too. Keep it a little bit more loose. As I search. Yeah, because I could always go in there and erase. Yeah, we keep it loose. Okay, so we got the shirt. Angle of the neck could be different. Shirt, vest, and then shoulder here. Not too pointing the elbows. Round out the flesh here. And then another glove, and then the wrist about right here. It's got a little bit folding in that glove, and then nice fat baby fingers. Let's get that palm first. I'm kind of jumping ahead. I'm not really good with chibi fingers. Haven't done this much. I don't want them to completely look like sausages. I think that's an okay gesture for now. Okay. I really want to remove the angle dynamics off of my inking pencil. So, again, going back to my topic, if you can call it a topic, something is working on my YouTube algorithm, and I'm going to trust the process and just, keep going with it. And I think I'll improve as I go. I really want to take the time to be a nerd about it though. And I think I should just do that during these videos. Like, if I am to really try to figure out, okay, what is making some of these videos succeed? It's hard. I can't tell if it's thumbnails. I can't tell if it's like tags, maybe subject matter, maybe how good I am, or if it's luck. So even if I try to be a nerd about it, I don't know. I don't know if I have the method to figure it out. I can take a look at analytics, where my views coming from, how, the demographics. I do see that, but I don't know how useful that is for me. I think I just have to, rather than trying to take too much of a scientific method, which, as much as I value the scientific method, I don't know if it's possible to use in this scenario in a practical way for me, because I think the best I can do is use my intuition to come up with hypothesis, which in a way is the scientific method, but I don't know, maybe I just... Okay, so scientific method is all about data collection. So what data am I going off of? I'm going off of, the views and maybe the analytics. That's what I have access to. Okay. Yeah, views and analytics. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit concentrated here on the line art. And why am I apologizing? We want this to be good. Okay. Arm. The first glove, second glove. Position of the fist. Like that. I can bring out the elbow a little bit more, I think. Okay. What is that on the side? Is that a... Oh, they're elf ears. Are those elf ears? I did not notice that at all. They are, okay. And there's a lot of loose hairs. I need to take the time to actually jump into this character model here. Kind of lippy. She has like a... There's a shape to her lips. Okay. Eyelids, elf ears. But she does have that like robotic look, which I'm foregoing. But I think it's okay. You know, with chibi characters, I think it's okay if I go emotive. Now, she does have elf ears, so let's start her ear here and then bring it up that way. And we want to make sure they're visible. So they're going behind that front lock of hair. Yeah. And don't really know the anatomy of an elf ear that much. We'll keep it simple. Yes, keep it very simple. You know what? The angle of the ear could be better. Yeah. Some line confusion here, I think. Just kind of clear that up. Okay. Okay, we'll continue with the outfit. We'll get this... the bottom of the chest right here, and then the skirt like right above it, and then the form of her pelvis as she has her hip out, form of her hip, I should say, just hip, and then the skirt coming down this way, and then the side piece of the skirt coming down that way, and then that metal bar coming in the front, the side piece of the skirt here, metal bar coming up front there, right there. And where does the skirt end? It's like a short, pretty short skirt, so we'll kind of bring it right up there. Let's get that form. Keep it a nice, simple curve. And then thighs, thigh highs. Let's get the shape of the whole leg. Let's trust my sketch here. I did make the leg a little bit thinner. Kneecaps, form of the legs, the other boot. And then in here, form of the legs, other boot, the calf. I think this is looking very good. Let's take a look. Yeah, this is good. This is definitely going the way I want it to go. Neck is a little bit thick here, so we might fix the neck. Thicken the legs a little bit. Thin out where the kneecap is right there. And then let's bring the reference back. We want to see the shoes. So it's just simple kind of boots. Let's make it a little bit more pointy there. Or rounded. And then this way. Okay. And then tail. My leg is getting cramped. Okay. Probably gonna bring that back a little bit more. I don't really know what the boots look like from the side. Looks like they have something like black on the bottom. The sock boot part, don't know what to call it, comes slightly below the kneecap. So we'll start it about right there. Thigh highs, gonna do it right here, just a little bit. You can see actually in the model you can see a bit more, so it's actually probably mid thigh right there, mid thigh right here. And then the skirt right there. Yeah, that looks good. And then, okay, we're gonna start the metal work now. Oh, little choker, yep. And then the metal work, so we have a long piece this way. And I'm gonna keep it cartoony. I'm not gonna try to be too crazy about the angles here. So another longer, like sort of airplane looking piece coming this way. And then I'm trusting my sketch, trying to stay within that shape. Like that. Keep it loose. One that comes down that way. And then another one that comes all the way down. I don't know if these are connected to her back or just kind of floating, but some pieces are floating, so I think we'll think of it as floating. Yeah. Does that look right? Something's off. Oh, you know what? There it is. I missed a piece. There's another piece like right here. There we go. That as it starts to angle down. And then comes down this way. Oh, so this is where the tail starts. So we'll start it right about here. We're gonna bring it down under between the legs there, and then sort of just slightly curve up, and then it does taper in pretty thin. So we'll just do it like this. Okay. What are we missing? Lots of hair, lots of little strands coming out. There are lots of little strands coming out. So I think we need to let's stay faithful to that. Let's just get some little strands, like just sort of peeking out here. I might do that in the color layer, actually. I'll figure it out. Then ponytail here, and then let's make some strokes, bring the hair back there. I don't know how long the hair is, but we'll bring it about that length. It should be in front of the wings, actually, so yeah. Okay, this looks pretty good. Now let's find the other side of the wings. Just gonna keep it cartoony, keep it loose, not too mechanical. Comes this way, and then another piece that way. And I don't want to force things to show on the other side. Something like that. Yeah, okay. For silhouette's sake, I think it would make sense to have a little bit of the wings come out that way. And then, you know what, we will push this out. Now that we're keeping it loose and cartoony, I think it does make sense for this to come out a little bit more. Okay, I think that's good. Now we refine. Yeah, this is a pretty decent start. I can definitely do it in this pass and not have to make another pass. But we'll lower the opacity of my sketch layer even more, and we'll bring my reference back up, and we'll lower the opacity of the reference a little bit. So I'm gonna go in there, zoom in now, And let's just not zoom in too far though. We'll zoom in about this far and we'll start refining. So this is the part where I can kind of turn my brain off, allow my eyes to explore the entirety of the drawing and just fix things. And this is where attention to detail can really make a art piece shine. I don't want to get too caught up in some of the details, but just make sure they're useful. There's a good balance between looseness and precision that I want to keep. And I also want to think about line weight now. So where there are shadows in there, I can add some line weight. Shadows, corners. Outlines. Yeah, definitely outlines. I think outline is okay. But then again, we wanted to do the whole AFK journey thing. But it's chibi. So you know what? I think it's okay. So maybe I don't need that sketch layer anymore. I do want to find that little metal bar across the middle though. So let's just place it right there. Let it kind of loop around. Yeah. Okay. Transition from their coat to the sleeve there. I think at this point we could talk more about my topic. But yeah, YouTube. I mean, I've put a lot of years into YouTube, you know, but never really understanding what to do. And I guess told myself, okay, let's stop thinking, let's make some stuff and iterate as we go. And I do like that process. That's typically how I've always kind of done things. And, you know, to a fault, because I don't often take the time to really study. But here's the thing. I mean, nowadays I will take the time if I can afford the time. And I just never feel like I can afford the time. Everything has stakes. So a risk-free environment doesn't really exist for me right now. You know, I got kids. You know, I don't want to be a starving artist, and it's like, okay, good. I have work. I have I have 2 part-time jobs. But that's why, you know, I take this process really seriously. It's still fun. You know, this does not take away the, you know, the enjoyment of drawing, and there's an advantage there in the sense that, you know, I don't want to be a starving artist, but when you do enjoy something and you have a passion for something, it's easier to like not run out of energy, you know, especially if you're pretty good at it. You know, staying within that flow channel, and you kind of want to be in there. Am I in the flow state right now? I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe I am to some degree. I don't know. But I don't think so. I think people can tell when they are. And I've talked before about, you know, wanting to achieve flow state when doing art. And I just feel like I'm not skilled enough. I guess to my own personal standards, there are things I want to be able to do, and I can't yet. You know what? The angle of the fingers should be a little bit more up and down, like this, like bent knuckles. Okay, so we'll find the other hand. The other hand is just a blob right now. We're just finding things that are glaring. And again, I know you guys probably have seen artists with much better processes than what I'm doing, but like I said, I'm figuring it out as I go. Like, I've done this so many times, but well, actually, I mean, not on iPad. I've done this hundreds of times on my desktop, but on iPad I've only done a number of illustrations, and it works differently, and my space is different, and my space is kind of cramped, and I can't use my whole arm to draw like I want to be able to, unless I kind of scoot back in my chair, but there's something obstructing the back of my chair, so I can't scoot back. But I don't know, I don't want to be making excuses here. I'm not making excuses, I'm just adapting. Or am I making excuses? I don't know, you tell me. I'm not a wise man. I just want to do things. Okay. So things are looking a little bit dirty. And I think, yeah, I just need to go in there and smooth things out. I think I need to stay zoomed in, and let's keep our attention to detail. Since this is I'm starting to slow down, and I think I need to slow down mentally, because when I'm sketching things out, I'm like very quickly establishing where things are supposed to be, and that, I suppose, for me is a visualization aspect. I know I really value pre-visualization, like being able to see in my head before I start, but I'm not so great at that, and sometimes I just have to sketch and search. Now that the search is over and we're moving into like a second phase of finish, like I'll just do this and then go straight into color. I can slow down, I can afford to slow down and refine. Now, I didn't really make a proper estimate of how much I should be getting paid for this. I mean, I charged what I think was enough. But I think I need to measure, now that I've charged that, what is my time going to look like in finishing this? If I were to make a call on how long I should take on this, it should be less than 3 hours, and I think I can definitely finish this in less than 3 hours. I mean, the first sketch phase was only 20 minutes. I'm not sure how long this video has been running so far, but maybe it feels like something like 20 something minutes. But I want to keep it loose. Not loose, that's not the right word. I want to keep it, I don't know what I was gonna say. Concentrating, folks. This is the bottom of the ear. We'll erase that. Erase this line. You see how I get so crazy particular over line art. Here's the ear. Now, I am really lacking sleep. I actually feel my eyes dozing off as we do this. I might actually take a little bit of a power nap after this video. I think that would be good. I can feel my mental capacity fading. Okay. With that, I think we do need a mental rest. I did get a decent layer of line art in, and let's actually compare it with a sketch that I had. Yeah, I mean, we definitely got somewhere. We definitely got somewhere during this session. But the next session will be refining the line art, and that could take some time, and then we'll dive into 2-value color here. So I think that was good. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching me, by the way, and God bless.